Hello everyone and welcome back to BMX News Live, where we are earlier than normal, starting at 9 today because my event, Stoke the Midwest at Stoke Run Action Sports Park, is starting today, and I want to get there as soon as I can. So with that being said, this is a news show that normally starts at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I talk about everything that happened in the previous week in the world of BMX, whether it's controversial, whether it's just a cool video like this one from a channel that I've never seen before with 188 subscribers on it, or I just want to get excited and have a hot take about something. With that, we're going to start off today talking about a few of these things after we mention some people in the chat. We have some members in the chat, Josh Shipman and Robert Burris, two members in the chat. Thank you for the support. Members are a way to join a group on this channel to give you your own emojis, access to videos before they go live publicly, and the members only Discord group. But we got some more people in the chat too. LS, Kyle McDonald, Champion BMX, a name that's black so I can't even tell what it actually says. It said, whoever it is said WTF on time for once. You should start at 8 a.m. next week. Maybe start at 7 a.m. the next week. Maybe I should. Should I start earlier? If you're watching this after the fact, leave a comment in the actual comment section. Should I start earlier? I could totally do these at 9 a.m. every week and it would be completely fine. What else? Brian Kidd is here, and Todd, Mr. Lati, hanging out in the chat. Kevin Jackson is also here. Might as well just do nighttime. Yeah, why don't I just do 11 p.m. on Thursday? What's up, Kiefer? Start at 6 a.m. Jeff Meade in the chat from my living room. Let me start a poll. Should I start earlier? Start BMX news earlier. Let's see. 9 a.m. We'll start it at 10 a.m. Then we'll put 9 a.m. Then we'll put 8 a.m. Those are the options. I wouldn't go any earlier than that. Everybody hit the poll. We only have 17 people in here right now, but let me know, because I could start earlier. I mean, like, why not? It'll give me more time on Fridays. That being said, let's get into talking about the news. We have this video called Riding BMX from an Old Perspective. And it's this guy right here. I'm not even sure what his name is, but he's just talking about what BMX is like as he gets older with riding throughout. And it's kind of like an edit, but we have talking in the edit at the same time. And I think it's kind of cool. And the editing is well done. There's some funny pieces in there, like jokes and funny editing with those jokes. And he's pretty good at riding too. I think he said he's like 50 something in here, 40 something. I'm not exactly sure, but I think you guys should watch this, because I know there's a lot of people who watch my YouTube channel that are in the older than 35 age bracket, and things like this can give motivation. And like I always say, you don't quit when you get old when you quit. So with that, go and check out this video. Then we have another highlight from this week I wanted to make sure I shared this because someone sent it to me and I was like, hell yeah. Colony has this video with Tom Justice and his son talking about the 14-inch complete Colony bike. And Colin, what am I reading? I don't even know what I'm reading. Colony. No. Tom Justice knows a lot about bikes, and so it's cool to hear him talking about this and talking about some of the positives for this bike that makes it good for his son. And one thing on here that was mentioned in this podcast later that I'm going to talk about that is good for a kid's bike is that it has V-brakes on it. And this is something that I didn't even know was a thing. But when it comes to kids' bikes, V-brakes are actually easier to pull, which makes it easier for them to ride brakes and be able to pull them and slow down and whatnot, which I never thought. I thought, oh, hey, sick. You could put 990s on a little kid's bike. That's awesome. But actually, it's harder for them to pull. And then another comment on this post from Chris Rees behind Rickson and Merritt says BMX brand kids bikes all use that uni seat post combo that little kids fall off the back of because the seat mold was designed wrong. Consumers have complained for years, but no brand wants to pay for a new seat mold to fix it. Well, another thing, you can see that this is an adjustable seat on here. What's up, Bleh? Join in as a member? Thank you for that. Yeah, it's an adjustable seat, so that's awesome. It addresses that problem. And so if you want to hear more about the kids' bikes that exist today in BMX and why some people would choose a non-BMX bike for their kid, well, we'll talk about that later. But I wanted to highlight this because it's awesome to see focus put into something like this. Then we have some bummer news in the chat. Bummer news from Cincinnati. Oxford Skate Park. Let me pull up this right here. Oxford Skate Park to be converted into pickleball courts. This is a bummer to see. This is one of those ramps or parks that I know people in Ohio know about these parks, where the white sheeting on them is rumored to have been baby diapers, like recycled baby diapers. That's been the rumor for the whole forever, because we have several of these parks that have been around in Ohio. And the reason why this one is being torn down, according to the city, and it says in this news piece, which actually ends up being a positive news piece, but it says in here that the reasoning for it is that they had a professional inspect the park and say it was deemed too unsafe for use, which is like weird to say. And at the same time, I know New Philly Skate Park in Ohio, exact same company built it, probably around the exact same time because they use the same material. It looks exactly the same, and it's still around, and they've been fixing the problems at New Philly Skate Park. So the park is still good for riding. It's still one of the best outdoor parks in Ohio. And there's another one near Reynoldsburg, Ohio, and it is completely resheeted and fixed with ramp armor or whatever, gator skin. And it was this as well. They took all the sheeting off, fixed all the problems, and I think it's still around in the completely fixed condition, which is awesome. So hopefully this news piece, which ends up being a cool thing because they interview people in here who actively used it and are participating in action sports, and they talk like, yeah, we need this place, and people need a place like this, and kids need a place like this, and it puts a positive spin on a negative story to hopefully bring attention to the city so that they can either fix this park and not put pickleball courts in here, or build a new skate park somewhere else. But it is a bummer that it will potentially be taken out before the new skate park plans even begin. Yo, bless the new member says, woo, this is awesome. Joining to support the channel so we can get more BMX exposure. Hell yeah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we have Huck Kurinsky in the Kurinsky fam, member for 47 months. That is over almost next month. It'll be 4 years. That's amazing. Thank you for the support. So anyways, this is a video on YouTube as well. Maybe, let me see if this pulls up the YouTube video. Of course. No. Skip. Okay, so this isn't the one that's on YouTube. Let me see if I can find this, and I'm going to make sure that I put the YouTube one in the description so that everybody can go comment on it about how much BMX has helped you in your life. I'm going to go down here right now. I'm going to like the video. I'm going to comment on here. BMX has changed my life 100%. And I have no idea where my life would be without it. I'd be either fat and out of shape with no career path, or on drugs, and life would look vastly different. A place like this could do the same for any kid who goes there. Hopefully the city sees this and either fixes the park or builds a new one. For reference, there are at least 2 other parks built by the same company with the same materials in Ohio that have been repaired and are still fully functioning. New Philadelphia. I butchered that. Oh, come on. Fix it for me, Siri. And Reynoldsburg. Really hope the right people see this. Now, I need all of you after this video to go to that link. It's in the link in the chat. And leave a comment on there about how BMX has impacted your life. It's in the chat. It'll be in the description after the after the news finishes up here. I'm adding it to my notes right now. Leave a comment on this YouTube video about how action sports / BMX have affected your life. And we're going to get rid of the news link. There we go. All right, so it's in the chat. It's going to be in the description, but make sure you go over and do that so we can hopefully help save a skate park. How sick would it be if we, the people who watch BMX News Live, and go over there and help save this skate park? Moving on from there, we've got quick news about Messerol and Brooklyn Machine Works and a Joey Piazza signature 6040 frame. That's a sweet name for a frame. 6040 like the grind, if somehow you don't know. Pretty awesome. Let's keep going here. I'm trying to make this one quick because I want to get my day moving. We have an interview with Katie from Huffy on thebloomBMX.com about the marketing behind the launch of the Sledgehammer frame from Huffy. It's super cool to hear behind the scenes stuff like this, and also just see a company like care enough to put an effort in like this on a product launch where you're doing it like it's important. Like it means something and not just another product being tossed out into the market, and also doing it in a way that makes it look important to other people, where it brings like excitement around the project. I think it's really cool to see that. Did Quartz make those frames? I'm not really sure. Hey Brent, I'm riding here and we ain't talking about practice. What do you mean we talking about practice, man? We ain't talking about the game. We ain't talking about the game. We talking about practice. Practice, man. Anyways, does every Sledgehammer frame come with a hammer in the box? I don't know, but it should. So go read this if you want to get some insight into this. Let's keep going here. We have another product related thing. This is a video promoting the Odyssey and Vans 40th anniversary collection. And it's a quick 1-minute video, which kind of is giving me faith in the BMX industry, because we have right here, I'm pretty sure that's Dustin Bauer, not Dustin Bauer. Thank you. But I'm pretty sure is it Jim Bauer? I can't even remember anymore. But Paris answers the door. We have Gary Young and a camera on it. I think that's Johnny Rakes. Then Murray, Boyd Hilder. Looking at this, like, this is the kind of stuff that I talk about all the time. That would be so easy to do. I mean, the animation part it's not easy and takes a lot of time, but this video and putting the pros in the video and just making a fun thing out of this is the kind of thing that I say it's so easy to do, to bring like attention to something. And once again, like the Huffy thing, just make it feel important rather than just some pictures on the internet somewhere. It's like, oh, cool, another thing. Kurt is 100% right. Odyssey need to force at gunpoint if needed Sean Sexton to ride bikes again. That's funny. The animation part reminds me of an old Odyssey BMX video. Don't remember that one, but anyways, let's keep going here. We got one from S&M Gaz Docker Mercia going to work at spots over in the UK. I'm not going to lie to you guys, I didn't watch any of these videos, but I put them on this list because I know that they're good enough to be talked about and watched. I'm going to watch this one because Dakota Brat kills it, but it's video for Kink on Dig BMX. This is like a long time coming from or for Dakota Brat, putting in work for so many years, and it's cool to see him getting some recognition like this, where it's a video from Kink on Dig, which I presume means Kink in their advertising on Dig gets this, so they had to pay for this. What's the word I want to say? Opportunity, I guess. Anyways, killer rider. You know the video is going to be good. And another thing, there's a bunch of stuff this week that's like, hell yeah, BMX, are you starting to finally figure this shit out? They've been doing these games of bike though, so don't go too far with it. But we have Source BMX doing a game of bike with REA and Cole Volker, two absolute killers on their bikes, and I'm sure that it's good. I didn't get a chance to watch it yet, as I've already said, but it's another thing that gets people interacting with who these people are, not just their crazy tricks. And another one, this is one where I was like, yep, hell yeah, BMX, you might be figuring this out. In Sunday, doing a video with Brett Silva versus Jared Duncan on a game of bike with the 24-inch bike that they make. It makes so much sense. It's so damn easy to do, and it brings in personalities. It shows a bike that maybe people don't even know about until they get a little older and they want a 24-inch, but it gives opportunity for more people to see who they are and also promote a bike like this. It's one of those things where I'm like, okay, maybe there is hope here. Because it's also the kind of video that, like, it took them as long as it took to play this game of bike to film this. And let's see how many views it's got. 10 minutes of a video getting to 10,000 views. Let's go see some of their other videos. B-sides for Wise Up, 5,000. Wise Up itself, 64,000 views. So you can see it's still obviously worth it to do these edits and whatnot. Silverway Bike Check, about 10,000 views. Trying to find something else about like a complete bike or something. It looks like they're averaging around 5 to 10 views, and then some of the bigger videos will get 20 to 40,000 views. But it's just awesome to see stuff like this. I love that. And I really hope we see more things like this, basically. We've got overtime full-length video from the squad in Vancouver. Do we have a riding list? Here we go. Look at that. We do have a riding list. Yo, thanks to 30 people for tuning in. We're an hour earlier than normal, so I appreciate it. 26 minutes here. Olympic world champion Logan. Oh, Paul James taking the troll bait from Kurt Rowell, a champion BMX, saying, "Who is Logan Martin?" That's funny. Oh, everybody's. We still have a majority on 10 a.m. Interesting. Let's keep going here. If you want a full-length video, this is going to be the one to hit. Other than, if you want another full-length video, we have 30 minutes of Hoder Cam from S&M. It's called Pedal More. They dropped this on his birthday, October 1st. Happy belated birthday to Mike Hoder. And go watch Hoder Cam. Wait a minute. Hold up. Back up. Let me pull this back up. Because this is another thing that they've been doing for a while, but is similar to like what I talk about with getting to know people's personalities and whatnot. These videos generally do pretty well, and it's 30 minutes of just Hoder being Hoder, doing his thing. Moving on to the interview section from this week, we have Canode Nose with Ryan Mills. Right here is the list of things that they talked about. Check it out. Knew Kurt Rowell was going to come in here and praise Ryan Mills. I think Kurt Rowell has a crush on Ryan Mills, everyone. Ryan is an awesome dude. Definitely has an awesome story, so check it out if you haven't yet. BMX Pro to homeless, addict, and back. Yeah, go watch it if you want to learn what that means. Then we have Unclicked, what happened in BMX in August and September. If you want the corporate BMX news and BMX media look at what happened in BMX through the lens of mostly who pays to sponsor things, this is the one to go and watch. Because what the hell is right? And I'm not going to get negative today, so we're going to just move on. Oops, those are my videos. Can you guys see that this video right here that's going live tomorrow is a podcast with Tyler Fernengel? I'm stoked on that one. It went really well. But before that, I did a podcast with Kevin Connors. Used to work at Haro, used to work at Fiend, photographer, been in the BMX industry for a long time. And this podcast started, like the concept for it started after I talked about Chase Hawk and the Woom bike thing. I think it's Woom. And after that happened, Kevin called me and explained some of the stuff that I talked about earlier with the Colony Tom Justice kids bike video, in that BMX bikes made for kids aren't really made to be comfortable for kids. And so there's reasons why someone might choose a non-BMX bike for their kid over 14 or 16 inch bike, BMX bike made by a BMX company. And we have this conversation that was led from there to talking about like why kids aren't growing up on BMX bikes like they used to. And it's a really good conversation that I think could have the potential to help BMX if some of the stuff in here is listened to and just thought about in a constructive way. So go listen to it. I won't talk too much about it. Moving on from there, let's go into the Time BMX app for events going on. Check this out. First of all, they made some trading cards. And while I'm not on this series because it's all racers, I might have a Time BMX trading card coming, and that's exciting. So anyways, it's a social media app. You can see, let's check out Brady Baker's page. Posting videos on here. You can put your favorite places to ride, which he hasn't yet. I have, though. We have Worcester Skate Park. So anyways, let's go into the events. We have started October, so we're going to talk about all of the events in October. Pump track events. this month. We have one, Australian Pump Track National Championships. Dirt jump events, we have a couple. The final stop in the Ohio BMX Trail Series is next weekend at Shredwood in Sunbury, Ohio. Unity Ride Shop 5th Annual Boo Jam in Arizona. Powers BMX 21-year Jam. Those are both happening the following weekend after that. I hope your hair gets its own trading card. Me too. That would be funny. So, is this Flatland? Yeah, Flatland has a bunch of events. We have one that happened yesterday, the Japan National Championships. This weekend, we have UEC BMX Freestyle European Continental Championships. Jesus, that's a lot to say. In the Netherlands, 4th Annual Taco Jam in Texas. Battleground Round 3 here in Ohio. I am going to that one. I'll trade you my rookie Jay Miron card for a Brant Moore and Nate Wessel. That's hilarious. Has anyone ever went as Brant Moore for Halloween? No, but you should. Anyways, Battleground is going to be super fun. I'm going to be there. Aloha Jam in Honolulu, Hawaii the following weekend. Race events, go check it out. Download the app. I don't usually talk about the race events because I don't know how many people even care. Now, for the freestyle events. We talked about that one. Stoke the Midwest Jam, my event starting today at Stoke Run Action Sports Park. We have over, $2,000 in cash to give away. I should have started by talking about this. I have $2,000 in cash money to give away tomorrow. I have over $1,000 in prizes to give away tomorrow. The mini ramp is done. The hitching post is done. The box landing is done. A whole nother section of that overhang ramp that I never even talked about is done. We get to go and ride it this weekend, and I'm so excited. So tomorrow starts off with the kids jam at 11 a.m. and then the rest of the jams are going to be starting somewhere around the 2 o'clock area. Not 100% sure on time yet, but somewhere around there. So if you're able to, make sure you guys come and support the event and check it out. And you're going to wish you were there if you could go and you don't. So let's keep going. Whip and Dip number 2 in Australia. The 4th Battleground we talked about Trail Series. USA BMX Freestyle Series Finals next weekend in San Diego, California. Feast Shanghai, October 16th through 19th. Aloha Jam we talked about Boo Jam, talked about Powers 21st Anniversary Jam. That's on there twice. Taco and Tires in Austin, Texas, the October 25th. Highland Skate Park Jam in Toledo, Ohio. That says Oregon, but it's actually in Ohio, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Highland Skate Park in Ohio. Then BMX Center Halloween Jam in Australia, the 31st. There's also a map element. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to zoom out once it loads. You can see there's thousands of skate parks, bike parks, BMX tracks, BMX shops, and all kinds of stuff. And we're going to zoom in on Ohio. Come over here. Look, there's Whistler Skate Park. But we're coming down here. Stoke Run Action Sports Park. What is this? Oh, look. This is where the event's happening this weekend. So if you want to see, the indoor park looks different because it's painted now, and that's what makes it not slippery anymore. But this is what the indoor park looks like. Massive indoor skate park, basically a Dew Tour training facility built by Nate Wessel. Then the outdoor park still looks like this. Still super fun. And everything outside looks the same as this, except for that left section in the top up there. And the dirt jumps are not going right now, so we're not going to do those. But yeah, that's where the park or the jam is this weekend. Sick. So let's close out the phone here and go into more BMX hashtag. JR Hobbs is here in the More BMX hashtag. He's not in the chat, unfortunately. But we can see his clip. Let's refresh so it starts at the beginning. Hand plant bar spin. That was more like a bar spin 2 hand plant. That's sick. We got the Super Seat Indian Air out the hip. Nice steezed out inside foot jam. You all better use that tag if you come to Stoke Run. Use more BMX. Use Stoke the Midwest. Post a clip. Maybe I'll save $100 to give out for the best clip of the weekend that uses hashtag Stoke the Midwest and more BMX. Maybe. I don't know. I got a lot of money to give away. I can do whatever I want with it. JR Hobbs kills it. Thank you for using the tag, sir. BMX News checking in. And we're going to comment that on all of them. Then we got Presley's video from the Akron Street Jam Curtis Memorial Ride Out from a couple weekends ago. Such a good weekend. Dude, so much good stuff happened. I need to refresh this so I can talk through it all. So we got Presley here first, busting out the 180 off the big ledge, pulling it clean. Then we got Seth doing the massive bar spin down Central Howard at Akron, at the University of Akron. Garrett Reynolds, I think, is the only other person who's done that. Dude doing the ninja drop from the top ropes. I think Garrett Reynolds is the only other person to do that bar spin, and that's sick. Caleb Oney, 180 bar and down one, Oppo 180 and down the other on the stair sets. Massive gap from, damn it, I can't remember what's his name? Not James. Where is he? He's not tagged. Where is he at? I can't remember. Oh, I feel like a dick. Instagram. Case. Is it James? Did he change his Instagram? He changed his Instagram. It is James. I thought it was James. Let's just make sure. It's worth it to pull this up because he kills it. Yeah. Maybe? Maybe not. God, I feel dumb. Yeah, James. Let's keep going here. Oh, lots in the chat. Seth rocks. Seth does rock. Such a good weekend. I have footage from this day too. Obviously, I'm right there filming. I will get it out. I have the Cleveland Street Jam video coming next week. And then this one will be after that. And then the Ranch Camp. And then Stoke the Midwest. Hell yeah. Presley reacting. That's so cool. Keeping on going here. We have Kiefer, who's in the chat right now, using the tag a bunch. Look how fast he's going down this hill. This is terrifying. To go this fast and he's just cruising. Yeah, no big deal. No big deal. You're crazy, dude. It's insane. Then we got a tire slide clip in the bowl corner. That looked fun, dude. Hell yeah. Another one. Oh, I forgot. Hold on. Back up. BMX News checking in. Hit the like button. Hit the like button again. BMX News checking. Boom. Then we got Kiefer riding some street. Nice rail hop and then 180 off the tall ledge. That was rad. What do we got next? Grind ledge here. Wally on one. Double peg. 180 on the other. Is that op? Nope. Yeah, that was Oppo double peg to 180, I think. There's regular double peg. Pull up bar out. Look at him go. Sick wall ride. Oh, yeah. I don't want to leave Stoke Run until that hitching post needs to be replaced. That's awesome. Kiefer kills it. Absolutely kills it. Then we got BMX News team member, basically, at this point. Moritz. Freaking ripping. Double whipping over the box. Double whip airing. So good. Just progression every single week. It's so awesome to see. I love that he tags this so we can see his progression every week too. Kyler says, I don't know if my posts are showing up, but it's all right. I need to get something riding footage. Well, let's see if he did. I'm pretty sure he did. Kyler Anderson. Right here's one. Blessed to be a part of making this happen. I love my job. You helped build that? What? I need an answer on that, dude. That is sick, if so. Man, all you guys shred. I just learned how to double peg and feeble finally. Hey, everybody starts somewhere, man. So that's from 2 weeks ago, but it's bikes. We did show this one, I'm pretty sure. We'll comment on here. And remember, use the code Brant on Dan's Comp for 10% off. He said Brant, no shirt, for 15% off, but still. Work as a civil engineer. That's sick, man. How cool is that? So, there it is, everybody. We did BMX news in 37 minutes today. We were early. I appreciate everyone for tuning in. I appreciate Bleh for becoming a new member while we were streaming today. Thank you for that support. All the members in the chat. Geoff Meade in my living room. Who else? Josh Shipman on his way to Stoke the Midwest right now. I remember there was another name, the Kurinsky fam as well. Woodenfoot, Rob Sparkman. Yep. Robert Burris is the other name in the chat. I appreciate all you guys. I'm going to go get ready and head down and ride this mini ramp now that it's painted and I can't freaking wait. First, we got to eat though. Thanks for tuning in and have a good day.